Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah. Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto, Carnivore, Carnivish, Intermittent Fasting, OMAD. Yeah, we got it all going on over here at Cape Cod in December. And oh my, it is December. December 2nd. It's a Monday. Okay, so this could be Monday for a lot of you. You could have had the weekend or the week of seeing how you do with holidays, with your food plan, and what you had planned, things you had planned, things that spontaneously happened. Today is Monday, so you might just be regrouping and making promises of what you will do to take care of yourself for the rest of this month, because the rest of this month, it may be called December, but as we know, it is food, food, food. And most of the things are not necessarily healthy for you. They don't have the nutritive value that you're looking for when it's just a regular day in March, a regular day in October, or whatever. And so you need to really be mindful now, especially if you had a lot of slip and sliding over the last few days. You already know what happened, right? So you got through one of the major food holidays, and now you can assess how important was it for you to have it. Some people might not have any regrets. Some people are able to jump right back on, maybe not today because it's a travel day or, pull it together day, but tomorrow, Tuesday, December 3rd, who knows? You could be back on that keto, carnivore, carnivish, intermittent fasting, OMAD, or maybe 2MAD kind of lifestyle that you were maintaining before this all happened, right? And it is important because it's your health. And especially if you're an older person like me and you've been around here, kicking the can around here, not the canned vegetables anymore, then you know how important it is for your health and how important it's been. And think of what you've invested in you already. Why toss that out, right? You might have white knuckled for a while as you gave up maybe a diet soda, maybe your artificial sweeteners, maybe you were giving up sugar. You dove into the big one and just gave it up, and you became an avid label reader, and you wouldn't even buy bacon that had one of the 68 names of sugars in it that it was cured with. You became so conscientious of what you were having. There was just no stopping you except a major food holiday with the major dishes that people are want to make and bring and push, right? You may have given in, you may have stayed strong. If you stayed strong, I bet you feel great today, because there's nothing that feels as good as the abstinence of the day before, going to bed abstinent and waking up abstinent to a new day. And all of that creates that wonderful momentum that most of us would never, ever trade. But sometimes we fall a bit, we swerve and stagger a little bit with what was offered, and we might have had a teaspoon or tablespoon of this or that. And we learned, for somebody like me that is a carb, sugar, food addict, pick one, pick all, then it gets really rough, because what happens is that the brain gets a taste. And let me tell you, carbs and sugar are just like alcohol, and you give your brain a taste of it, and it remembers, and it starts saying, I want more. More. Why? I don't know. It's that chemical reaction. And so you've set yourself up, and you need to be ultra, ultra careful. There are food events every single day for the next month. And you know that, and I know that. And so if you stayed strong through Thanksgiving, and maybe you made it through Halloween too, because sugar wasn't your thing, then, okay, good. Hold on tight to that. If you're coming out of a little food coma from the weekend, and don't blame it on the tryptophan, trust me, And so you need to really, get a grip, buckle yourself in. You're going to have a few days of the torture, the withdrawal, the maybe the aches and pains came back. It is amazing how fast an ache and a pain can come back if you are naughty in the last week. And I don't know if it's the amount that you have or just the taste that you have. You are going to be fighting that withdrawal with your head. And you may have to have more fluids. I wouldn't suggest it, but I would definitely suggest more salt with the fluids you're having. You may have to have a little bit of extra fat. That's always, always, always been my go-to. When I gave up the Zyla, a 1 month plus ago, maybe almost 2 months now, when I gave it up, I increased my fat. I added 14 grams of fat to my coffees, all 3 of them. And no looking back on that. That is now a staple of my daily do. It just works for me. And it feels funny because at first with keto, everybody was having that, 1, 2, 3 tablespoons in their coffee every day. And it was like we were drinking our fats. But this, for me, it just feels like a fuel boost. It feels like getting that synergy, energy, mobile, supreme gas for my engine that carries me through the day as I get to my OMAD that I have in mid-afternoon every day. And I am an OMAD person. It wasn't that difficult for me. I never went back to 2MAD. I stayed at OMAD. Once I did it, I reserved the right to have a 2MAD, but it hasn't come up so far. And I think it probably is a couple of years now. And I know that my body and my metabolism really like the OMAD. I come to look forward to it. It's got enough fat and protein in it. It's usually a hunk of meat, 14 to 16 ounces of meat, and 2 eggs, something like that. And I have that Monday through Friday. On Saturday, I'm still having my beloved mostly pizza. And then on Sunday, I have a small serving of Brussels sprouts with my ribeye, my T-bone, my porterhouse. And that's my treat. And so I hope that you were able to maintain your food program. And if not, get a grip. And, get a grip now. It's Monday. It's December 2nd. You don't have to turn this into a 10-pound season. You don't. And I know you don't want to. And the problem with alcohol is, one, it's the sugar in the alcohol. It kind of sets you off too. Just like the wine, the sugar, and the alcohol will both play with you. And also, sometimes we make poorer decisions when we have a cocktail. So if you're sitting down with people and having a cocktail and the apps start coming and you've been OMAD or 2MAD, and this would mean something in between that, and it's like, oh, what the heck, it's Thanksgiving, this is how we do it, you could begin to just get into trouble. If you've been having your foods as simple as people like me have them, with just salt, maybe butter, maybe ghee, and all of a sudden you're having spicier things, or you're having sauces on things, or, somebody's making a keto gravy with coconut flour instead of white flour, or the desserts are made keto style, or the stuffing is made with riced cauliflower, and you're having everything keto-fied. It still is an excursion into places that you probably weren't 3 days before Thanksgiving. So be mindful of what you're doing. If you're having it and getting over it and it's all on one plate and you finish it, and that is that for the entire week around all these people, or even if you're at home, good for you if you can stop at a plate, but you might have those consequences. So I just want everybody to be mindful and careful, and you don't have to plan your future. I remember somebody in October was asking about having something at Christmas, and we both chuckled at that because, of course, it's months away. Well, now it's here. And is that really what you want to do? If you've put a lot of work into your program, and a lot of us have done that, why haven't we? I mean, right? It's an all-in kind of program. And so we don't like circle the pool being keto, carnivore, carnivish, and continue to take from the picnic table next to the pool. We don't. And we just get that mindset. It's a decision, and I talk about this a lot. The decision for me was mostly carnivore, carnivish, very much so. And that was it. And so what does that mean below? Well, below are choices, and the choices that I make every day. To have the repeat menu that I had last week, the week before, usually. But sometimes we're given a monkey wrench choice, and it's up to us to whether we say, yes, we'll have it, or no, we won't. Like, say somebody says to me, do you want to go to breakfast? And I end up having something at breakfast, so it ends up in a 2 MAD day. Haven't done that yet, but it could happen. And so, what falls down from your decision for the food plan that you want to be on? Are you not having grains? Are you not having sugars? Are you not having fruit, especially out of season fruit? Are you not having artificial sweeteners? Are you not having the diet soda? Yeah, grains, sugars, all those things, and the seed oils, right? So once you eliminate those, it's like, hooray, hooray, I've done that. You don't want to withdraw from that again. And you start feeling better, and you realize, wow, this is more about giving up something. This is about feeling great today. Don't you want to feel great today? Didn't you feel great a week ago before this whole Thanksgiving thing happened? Of course, you probably did. And so you want to continue to feel that way. And there's nothing else like it. You know that. Going to bed abstinent and waking up abstinent, there is no other great feeling, at least for me. I still offer the accountability coaching. It's not so much about what you're eating, it's you being accountable for it. And there's nothing that makes somebody more, I've learned in the food coaching that I've done in the last 4 years, I've come a long way, baby. And if you continue to have your diet soda and I'm not saying anything about it, you're not getting defensive at me. And then all of a sudden you say, why am I having that diet soda? Sometimes when somebody confronts us about something, we get defensive about it. We immediately hate that person. Hopefully not forever. But if they're not saying anything and you know that you're being accountable to them for something that they don't have, like say the keto-fying, I didn't make Thanksgiving dinner all keto-fied. That would be my choice, which falls from my decision. I can't do it. And even if somebody made a keto Thanksgiving for me. Now, last year, I was still having keto things. So I was having the asparagus wrapped with the bacon. That was what I brought to one Thanksgiving dinner. And so I could still have the keto items and still be clean as far as my decision. But then I left keto and went to mostly carnivore. And so that meant that the veggies left, except for Sunday for the Brussels sprouts, the few Brussels sprouts. And so that's a decision I made. And I honor it today as I did yesterday and as I will tomorrow. And it's just a great feeling. It's like, if you have an accountability coach, it's great to have somebody that you answer to and with, and they know and they see. And so you want to be better for yourself because you know that that's what they're wanting for you. That it's just a strange thing that happens without saying, you can't have that anymore. And I don't do those sort of, you can't have that anymore smackdowns because they aren't as efficient, if that's the word, as you coming to your own decisions. I had to come to my own decisions, when I made my changes years ago. Had to do it with cigarettes, had to do it with alcohol. And so you'll come to yours too, or you won't, and you'll be okay with it. But it's the being okay with it, right? But if you know inside of you there's some oogly thing, like me with the Zyla, giving that up a couple of months ago. I hadn't planned on it, but my body just said, enough, girly, you're done, bye-bye. Goodbye, sweeteners in your coffee. And it worked. I was ready. And I think that's That's the difference, is really being ready. Then it's much, much easier. The white knuckle thing, it is all it's cracked up to be. It's not fun. So enjoy yourselves today. If you went a little off your rails, you can get back on, grease those rails with some good ghee, and move on. And you can always save yourself the trouble of the rest of December. You could hire me as an accountability coach. I'll leave my email address below. You can see how it works. It's simple. It's not pressured, but it's accountability. And that works for a lot of us if you're that ilk. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food, with Goldilocks, the No Matter What Club members, the Pickles, the Snowflakes, and the Turtles. And my turtle pin is on another blazer. Otherwise, it would have been here for my video. Thanks so much for watching. Can't do this without you, and I don't plan on it. Bye-bye. Thank you.